What's up, coin hunters? Bloc Boi here. Thanks for joining me. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about some strategy. And also, we're going to be doing the format where I have gameplay footage paired with the GoPro footage so you can follow along. I did a shorter hunt today so that I could make sure and compile all the videos in a timely fashion so that once I went live, I actually had both of those items prepared because I think it's a lot more interesting and visually engaging than watching just the gameplay on its own. So we'll get to that here in a minute. But first, I just got to double check that I'm live. All right. And I can see the chat room. Fantastico. So, all right. It's Wednesday. If anybody was following along with the global leaderboards for the past few days, they may have seen me at first place at some times, and they may have seen some other faces in first place at others. Chomyn, if I'm saying that correctly, is giving me a run for my money this month, just like so many others have in the months past, and he's doing a fantastic job. Him and I have actually talked about it a couple of times, and we're enjoying the June rivalry, if you will. So this morning, I think I was only in second. Second? I don't know. I might have been. I think I was in second. And then after my hunt today, I managed to get back into first again. So him and I have basically just been like leapfrogging each other constantly over the past week or so. And a couple others in there as well. But anyhow, so just wanted to talk about some strategy, okay? There was a lot of questions I saw the other day in the Discord channel specific about user vaults and how to use your resin. You know, should I focus on the QB cranes? Just a lot of questions, right, about all the different things that you consider in the coin hunt world, right? Because on one hand, if you want to, you know, build up your community first, the best move is to put your user vaults out there, refer friends and family, get more people hunting in your area, encourage them to do the same, and then you create, you know, and increase the vault density in your area by placing and building your own user vaults. So some areas only have a few vaults, and some rural players have been very successful in building up their small local communities by working together to fill one another's user vaults. So in terms of that as a strategy, that's great and that's good, and that's how you build that foundation within your local community. But then there's also some people who, you know, see the drama of the leaderboards unfold, and they're like, hey, you know, how can I best use my resin if my goal is to maximize my position, right? So some people will forego constructing some of their user vaults and then do it, you know, say in a subsequent month or something like that. So that's another strategy. And then lastly, the QB cranes come into the equation as well, right? So some players don't have the luxury of living close to one of the QB cranes that's constructing a yellow vault. So LACMA was only the fourth location to complete, the first three being in Canada, our lovely neighbors to the north. And but there are a lot of other communities where it might be, you know, feasible for you to get to your local QB crane. So anyhow, long story short, in my opinion, it's probably best for the new coin hunt world player to focus on user vaults first. And I hadn't even mentioned using your resin towards uphold, which is what you have to unlock in order to enable the feature that gives you a transfer every Tuesday. So new users, if you're tuning in, please take this advice to heart. I would not steer you wrong. I want all y'all to be pro hunters just like me. So take it with a grain of salt. You obviously are up to, you know, you're able to make your own decisions. But from my perspective and my depth of knowledge in the game, I guess I would say, is that you need to first focus on your user vaults. Don't worry about uphold. Stack your sats for a while. You can save up for a few months and then have a substantial transfer rather than just each weekly one. So I played the game for months before I got my first transfer, and it felt really cool to get like a chunk all at once. So that's also another fun byproduct of not unlocking uphold right away. So anyhow, don't worry about uphold. Hit your local crane if you can, because then your buddy quest keys can be converted into $10 of crypto once that yellow vault is constructed. But first and foremost, I would say user vaults. It makes sense that it's the first feature that you can easily unlock after establishing your headquarters, and it's one of the first things that you should do if you're new. So there's my pro hunting tips for the day, and without further ado, let's get into this gameplay from earlier. Try that one more time. There we go. All right. Anyways, I'm playing around in here and having a good time, so I hope you guys are having a good time with me. All right, so where are we? Where are we right now? Right now we are on Sunset Boulevard. There was a lot more to my hunt today than what you're going to see in the video, but I want to keep the total length to about an hour, so the gameplay footage is much less. But I went downtown. I'm trying to learn downtown. It's very challenging to hunt there. There's so many one-ways, and you'll think that based on the map, you're like, oh, I can go over here to get that. And then you're like, oh, no. And then the next thing you know, you're like 3 blocks away because you had to take all these weird turns. So I've been trying to familiarize myself with that area so I have additional grounds to hunt. But so right here, we're on Sunset. We're coming back towards where Sunset and Hollywood meet. And then today, actually, so in the clip that we are watching, I hunt kind of a newish area to me also, which is like an East Hollywood adjacent that I saw going up to the Griffith Observatory, another area that I don't typically go into. Found some new stuff. So in a minute here, I'm going to make this turn and see some familiar user vault names in a place that I didn't know existed. So it might be like another little finger that I occasionally do that's off of my typical loop. And so it's pretty cool to see those. We'll see them here in a minute. So for a few moments here in the beginning of this video, it's actually not that exciting. It's just I had already went down this way, and now I'm coming back. So most of the stuff I had already grabbed. But anyhow, the local hunters in that area, I mean, they're doing a great job. It's so neat how... So this video today actually ties into the topic that I began by discussing, and that's placement of user vaults, how to use your resin, how to build your community, how to maximize your ability within this game to earn as much crypto as possible, okay? So I'll mention again in a minute another strategy that you can use to maximize. But right now, in terms of the discussion about placement of user vaults and things like that, and just building your local community, these particular hunters did a great job of like building this little pocket that I imagine is local to them. I did the same thing with a lot of my first user vaults. I figure, what's my route that I hunt most? Okay. If I hunt that route most, then most of my user vaults should be around there, because in the beginning, as the game grows, I know at least I'm hitting it. If you put it in an area that you know is going to be popular and you're banking on it being profitable in terms of keys returned later, that is a strategy, and that's something that I have done in a couple locations. But I've also found that I've placed user vaults that I, after a few months of getting returns, determined weren't really up to snuff compared to the other ones that I had placed because of the metrics they tell you when you get your keys. So I've destroyed a few, replaced a few, and I actually have right now, as you can see, on this side, as you can see, the key slot indicates that I have a user vault to place. Haven't figured out exactly where I want to put it yet. But anyhow, so the strategy is put it in your local hunting grounds. Get other people that are nearby or have, access to the same patterns of life or the same routines and routes that you might take, and introduce them to the game. And then who knows? I mean, there's a lot of families that play together. There's a lot of husband and wife spouses, or couples that play together. Husband and wife spouses. There's a lot of couple teams, regardless if there's a husband and or a wife. There's a lot of people who hunt in pairs or in groups, and it's a family affair for many people. Other family members sometimes are a little bit more difficult to convince that it's something that's worthwhile, because people are still a little bit scared of crypto and just don't understand. And some people don't like games. So I feel sorry for those people. Games are great. This game particularly is fantastic. So completely ignoring my my live gameplay here. Okay, so I'm coming up. So I think this is where I'm about to turn right. I think it's like on Vermont. I don't know if I was on Vermont or not. So anyways, that blue vault is up here before I turn. But that intersection where it crosses and the road that I'm on goes through it is where I'll be turning right. So anyhow, you know, I haven't seen. Oh, there we are. The chat. Welcome to the chat room. If you're new here, if this is your first time to my Twitch channel, first and foremost, thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you here. But other than that, there's just one rule within this channel, and it's just be respectful, and hopefully you guys have fun. So we got, all right, Mind Puzzles, welcome, dude. Princess Hyena, howdy. Thanks for joining us again. 4 completed dozers in my route today. Almost doubled the UV density. 2 more are super close. That's awesome. So Mind Puzzle, or in-game, it's Deuterino, I think. Not everybody's names match across platforms. I was lucky to try to kind of keep Bloc Boi on everything, so I have that name all over the place. But Mind Puzzles is another person that I introduced the game to. He's actually somebody I've played games with for a very long time, and he is doing a fantastic job of following the strategies and recommendations that I've made to maximize his opportunity to earn, kind of like I was just talking about. I said, did I say that? All y'all? Uh-oh. Well, let me get my Oxford Dictionary vocabulary back. No, you know, that's just me being me. Strongly considering moving a bunch of my user vaults. Whitmore Sycamore, that is, might be a bit drastic. When you say a bunch, how many are we talking? I mean, I'm not opposed. I fully agree with relocating them if they're not meeting your expectations or not performing to the same level of some of your other vaults. But let's talk about that. Where are you going to move them? Why are you moving them? Lepi Doctora, welcome. Thanks for joining. So I'm looking at my video. So this parking lot was like, it looked like I could access something from the road. It looked like I could access something, and I pull in this tiny little, this like narrow. Thankfully, the Blockmobile is very nimble. It makes that wall actually look closer than it is because of I don't know, maybe the lens of the GoPro. Maybe it's a little bit more wide angle, so you can do more cool action stuff in sports or whatever. But oh man, you know what? I'm a couple seconds off on these. So these aren't synced. Oh, okay, so, well, the video is just a few seconds ahead because the place where that happened in the game is actually that user vault right there. So I don't know how I did that. I must have. Well, have I mentioned how this is all new? Editing and making videos and this whole process is it's been a work in progress that I'm still learning. So, but it's still synced. Just keep in mind that I'll see what happens in real life. That might actually be helpful to me, and then tell you about it on the map. They're nearly synced. Next, I'll get better, guys. Bear with me. Need a smart car. You do? I would recommend one. I don't have a smart car. You know, the vehicle that I hunt in. If you've seen the photos of the Blockmobile, as I call it, is a Bmw i3. So it's electric, and it's great it's like the ultimate city car. And perfect for driving around LA, where I don't need a ton of range. I'm not doing a long commute. It's very nimble. It's got a very tight turning radius. You know, there's a very little front and rear overhang, so the wheels are like all the way to the corner, and it's got a good track on it, so I can do U-turns. You'll probably see them in the video sometimes. But love that car to hunt in. Beats, thanks for joining. I was wondering if you're going to stop by. I saw that you made your way into, was it third in the U.S. this month? Your 5-year-old knows who I am. That's very flattering. That's cool. Tell he or she that Bloc Boi said, "What's up?" Hey, HB Harrison, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody who's here. Yeah, I mean, getting to star status, that might be a stretch at this point. But what I'm hoping, and you know, obviously it's with the help of the community and you guys being awesome and coming here to, you know, kind of interact with me here. There's definitely potential for something, right? I don't know about star status, but in the world of Twitch and, you know, gaming and whatever, there's definitely some people who within the gaming community have reached star status. So I'll be satisfied to reach Coin Hunt World star status, but I honestly won't be completely satisfied until there is a event in the game where the epic blueprint that drops is the Bloc Boi QB. I think that would be like the ultimate. And maybe it shouldn't happen, because then I would be like, well, I achieved that, so I guess I'm done playing. Not really. I wouldn't stop playing, but that's like, it's something. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I want that one someday. You know, the QB's like that tight turning radius, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do some of the stuff that I do if I had a different car, to be completely honest. DJ Dope 22. Is there a yellow vault in every state? I don't think so. So what we do know is that there's 100 in the United States. There could be one in each and every state, but the bottom line is that they haven't all even been discovered yet. So there's some states and some communities where they might not have even heard of Coin Hunt World yet. So until we have the community, because again, this game is all about exploration and going and finding things within your community and, you know, getting out there. I don't think that we're going to know where all of them are until the game spreads enough and they're all found by players. So we need more yellow vaults up here in the north. You know nothing, John. It's blasphemous. Yellow vaults up in the north. Where are you hunting, HB? Oh, you're in Canada. Derp. So, yeah. I mean, Ontario. Word. Used to almost be your neighbor. Oh, Hamiltron. That's you, HB Harrison? Hamiltron? I know the Hamiltron name from the game. Ottawa and Toronto in the house. Canada, whoop whoop. So, it's funny. It's so the difference between how the Americans have adapted to the game and how the Canadians have adapted to the game is as hilarious as is the differences between those two countries. Meaford and Hamilton. So the United States had the game for, I mean, I guess if you were Android, it was like for at least 4 months before the Canadians, and then iOS users, it was like maybe like closer to 3 or 2.5. I don't remember exactly, but I think they at the New Year it opened up in Canada, and one of the Canadians in the room, if you can help me out here, that would be appreciated. So I think it was like during the winter event, New Year time frame, became available to them, and they just they did the community thing. They built the crap out of everything. They worked together. They coordinated. They did it stealth. They, spread the word about the game. And I would be interested to see what the user base is in comparison between the US and Canada, but I know what the leaderboards look like. So they've taken to this game like a fish to water. And I mean, they're every. Let's see, the last American hunter to give me a run was Zach. And before that was Crypto Swarse. And then I think before that was Nico. And now it's like the Canadian. I mean, the other day when I woke up, I had went to bed that night. And again, I'm on the West Coast, so all those East Coast hunters are like, rise and grind, baby boy. So I woke up, I went to bed in first, woke up in fourth, and it was 3 Canadians who had all passed me. So I was just like, man, it's going to be like that already. And we just hit mid-month, so where are we at here? We got a user vault. Maybe that's Roman. I'm starting to kind of recognize there's some people that are using the same ones, though, so it's hard to remember. But that's the Levitating Moose vault. Not sure who those folks are. They should find their way over here so they can say what's up. I've probably built some of their vaults or filled them with resin. So there are at least 5 in Florida, so I'd be surprised if there was one in each state. Wow, yeah, exactly. So I was frankly surprised that there were 2 in Jacksonville. So in LA, we've got 3. LACMA, the LA County Museum of Art, which has already been completed, and I live streamed finishing the last 140,000 resin a couple weeks ago. That one's now operational, and anybody in the LA area or the surrounding areas can come get that vault once a week with 1 yellow key. Hopefully that's all it takes is 1 yellow key. But we got 3. There's another one at the Griffith Observatory, which is like up in the hills. And then the third one is at the Staples Center / LA Live area downtown where everything cool goes on. So those are our 3. And then 2 in Jacksonville actually surprises me too. First vault opened in Canada on December 30th by Squeamy, I think. Yeah, so exactly. I think it was at New Year's. I don't know how he somehow managed to do it a little bit before, but I knew it was right around New Year's that they were able to do it. Princess Hyena added that the Canadians are very organized. They are, and they don't have the same weird barriers that we as Americans have. Because I mean, I'm a proud American. Like, I'm proud to be where I'm from. You know, even though where I'm from isn't like a great place, it's part of who I am. And kind of the same thing goes with my country. I mean, there's tons of stuff that America does completely wrong. Like, we are not this shining example of what the best is, like we like to pretend. And that, if you were to unpack it and uncover the different layers, there's something in there that attributes to why Canada took the ball and ran, and everybody you talk to in America is like looking at you like you're trying to get them somehow. Hey, there's this game, it's fun, you earn real crypto. Have you ever thought about investing in crypto but felt like you didn't know where to start? Well, you can earn for free by playing a game. You know, the 2 biggest by market cap cryptocurrencies that exist. Ethereum, might have heard of it. Little one called Bitcoin. Nah, I'm good. It's like, all right, boss, you do you. I'll keep stacking sats, and you keep doing whatever. Mike Folksy said at Bloc Boi Twitch, FB groups and everything. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow to catch where we're at in the chat, so I don't remember what that was in reference to, but what were we talking about? I forget. Opened by Hobo. Oh, Hobo, yeah, not who's because Leppy Doctor said Squeamy. Squeamy's like, nah, that wasn't me. Would have been cool. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so actually, that's the question, the first question that I got when I was doing Operation Purple Vault. If you haven't watched that video, I'll probably add a link to that video at the end of this video. Check it out if you haven't. But Operation Purple Vault was when me and Princess Hyena and Cyberpunk all went to Hawaii, and I opened a Purple Vault, and the question was, where was the first one opened? And I remembered that Space Hobo had said that he was the first one that did it. I saw that in the Discord. I remember distinctly him saying that, but I did not distinctly remember the location. So I won't ruin the fun, but check the video out. Canada, I find, is a lot more competitive. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say, right? Like, just by virtue of there being more of them on the leaderboards, it seems that that would be true. They just might have different hunting circumstances. They might have built up a really good, base of user vaults. It's hard to say for sure, because as far as I'm concerned, right? So I've been basically chasing first place every single time. The only time I didn't really place well was right when I had got my hip surgery and was like incapacitated for a few weeks. So I remember looking in the Discord, all out of it, and people like, "Oh, where'd Bloc Boi go?" And I was like, "Just wait, I'll be back." And anyhow, from my perspective and the fact that I'm going after first every month, it feels the same to me. Although I will say this month there are more people who are right there, because it was like I was in first and then M2G or whatever passed me, and then I got back ahead of him, and then XRP Phillip or whatever passed him, and then I got ahead of him, and then Chomyn passed him. So all those people were like right within a close span. You usually don't see that. And usually towards the end of the month, the gap gets a little bit more stratified, but it's been like a sprint so far all month. So thanks, Canadians, for making it fun. I'm over here trying to create content and like teach myself how to do all these things, and they're making me hunt like all the time. You guys are making me do it. I have no option. I got to be in first, or at least give it my best effort. But I do also congratulate anybody who, if I don't take first, it's not a big deal. I'm first global. I think it's going to be a while before anybody really even comes close to catching me there. So the monthlies, it's like, hey, if somebody gets me, congratulations and good on you. Background feed is off. Yeah, I know. I mentioned that earlier. It's like I think they're like 10 or 15 seconds off. You know what? That's exactly what I forgot to do. So I deleted like 16 seconds because I had a call come up that I took for a quick second, and then just took that out of the thing. And then I forgot to remove the same amount of time at the same point in the thing on that side. So once it got to that point, they became out of sync. But it's pretty close, right? So if I was paying attention to the feed, I can watch over here. Sorry, my hand disappears when I go out of frame. I can watch over here. So like right there is, let's see what that was. But anyhow, I can see something there that I identify, and I'll recognize it on the map because I look at these locations in this way on the regular and can kind of identify where I'm at generally from that. But there's a lot of discussion in here, so I'm getting distracted, and it's just trying to see one of these big billboards. I don't know. I'll key back into the video in just a second. I want to catch up on the chat because a lot of people are talking and I don't want to miss it. Some of my friends... Oh, I'm sorry. Where were we? What's up, Bloc Boi? Free in the house. Thanks for joining. America. We need a special appearance with Princess Hyena and me. Oh, yeah? Hey, I'm down. We'll see what she says. I mentioned something like that. I was like, we're going to have to do some kind of, like remote thing. I don't know exactly how it would work with my setup. Maybe we could, I don't know. I mentioned it and she didn't specifically say yes, so maybe the community can be like, give us what we want. And then I'll use that to inspire her to give it a shot. But that would be fun. Some of my friends are like that as well. In reference to Canadians being organized. I've always tried to be really organized when it came to my approach to this game. in terms of like maximizing efficiency of my routes, or just even like the time of day that I go out. You got to take traffic into consideration. But there's a lot that you can play this game as. I think that Lepidoptera coined the term. You can play as a casual and play as little or as much as you want. And even if you play as little or as much as you want, you can still strategize to place on the leaderboards. And as was discussed previously, more and a larger variety of leaderboards is going to be introduced. So, the casuals got a chance. Leppy, just keep saving up those blueprints and drop them. Okay. So Princess Hyena just said she'd be down for a cameo. Got to check my schedule. All right, that would be fun. I would like to do something like that. How do you find the time to hunt all damn day? Well, I can't quite hunt all day, but yeah, it's a balance. It started when during quarantine there was nothing to do, in your free time, and being locked in a house for like months, prior to stumbling across this game was like I was going crazy. I had to do something. And so it started with that. Now it's harder and harder to find the time to hunt as much as I need to stay in the top positions, but I'm probably not going to be able to do that forever. The timing of the surgery, there's a lot of different stuff that made it possible, but yeah, definitely not for everybody, and it's tough. So it would be interesting to see more stats. 100%. I keep telling, whenever I talk to the founders or the developers, I'm like, stats. When we went to not Hawaii, Vegas, and met with Cuckoo Puffs, we talked a lot about stats, and what he had talked about was really cool and promising. I can't wait till they disclose more information about that. They probably will in the Hunter's Lodge that I think was, when we checked last time, the 25th. So next week, 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Eastern. So that hopefully there's a lot revealed at that point, but we'll see. So Princess Hyena, hell yeah, especially since you referred Bloc Boi. Crazy. So yeah, I mean, if it weren't for Princess Hyena, I would never have even heard of this game. It's so weird to think about right now, considering like I'm here, doing this. Oh, there's Chomyn. All right, I see you, buddy. Don't be sorry. You're probably back in first right now, are you? You waited, you were like, I'm going to jump in the stream after I take first back, and then I'll just mention that when I'm in there. I'm going to take a quick peek. Am I still on top? Work in progress with the feed. Yeah, it's a work in progress for sure. And like, yeah, I called it. Okay, so I just saw Chomyn came in the room, who is right now. I got to take my yellow jersey off now. Thanks. So, yep, there he is. When I started the stream, I was still in first global for this month, and we're 35 minutes into the stream, and I'm already back out of first. So good on you, sir. I'm going to go ahead and relinquish that leader jersey. I'll put my turkey back on. This is my meathead. I think there's very few people that have the Thanksgiving one, because there just wasn't a lot of people there. So that's probably one of the most exclusive in the game. I'd be interested to see those blueprint stats. How many people have that QB in their arsenal? Casuals, what? Whitmore Sycamore's desperately trying to get somebody else to acknowledge the casuals. I think he sees himself as a casual player. Oh, hey, I definitely recognize where I'm at now. Okay, so Intelligentsia is a coffee spot on Hollywood Boulevard as you're getting closer to Highland. And then, so on this map, it's right there on the corner. You can see the little wings. It's that brown building that the truck just went by. On this one, that's that user vault. That building. So we're about 15 seconds ahead here, if I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, more. Oh my gosh. Well, it's all right. I'll just pretend like, hey, at least my actually know. So it's funny though, because the first time I did it, they were perfect, but I also didn't have any snafus. What I needed to do, and I almost need like a dedicated phone for just the game, because I have to keep going in and like turn off notifications, put it on silent mode or do not disturb, but then I'll put it on like notifications and put it on silent mode, but somehow a call will come through because it's from like a favorite or something, and then I have to go in and like figure out how to make that not happen. So if I could just get my phone to like not bug me while I'm screen recording, that would be great. So we're getting there. But appreciate the stream tonight. Happy hunting. I'm a stats nerd too. We'll do a bit of stats in our Facebook group. I haven't seen the Facebook. I actually boycotted Facebook a while ago because Facebook. But I almost feel like I need to get back on there just because it's like an untapped resource in terms of people. And as I'm trying to promote this game to friends and family, that's like the single easiest place to go, because that's what people have used for years to keep track of their, or to stay in touch with people. But I don't know. Oh, wait, no, you still got number 1. No, sir. Whoa, what? You finished your hunt? You didn't even know? Yeah. You didn't. Yeah, well, hey, you heard it here first, guys. Special announcement. Chomyn is back in first place. Big surprise. That's awesome. I thought that's what you were saying sorry for earlier. You were just saying sorry because I had mentioned that you're giving me, somebody to chase. I mean, how do you still have a user vault available? I see it in your feed. I mentioned that earlier, but quickly to recap, I will destroy and replace one if it doesn't meet, the returns that I know are capable based on my other ones. So I placed 10 like immediately. When that feature became available, people who had been playing for a while had extra resin because there was nothing really to spend it on for a little while. They made some changes in the game where you used to be able to like make multiple prints and do different things, and there was like always a reason to use your resources. But then when they created that, it basically enabled everybody that was like, what am I going to do with all this resin if there's nothing to use it for? When that happened, I was like, boom, put all 10 of mine out, filled all 10 of mine like immediately, and then started filling other people's. So anyhow, the reason I have one available is because I recently destroyed one that was just a little bit like off my beaten path. I thought that maybe stuff would fill out in a direction that it didn't, and it filled in a different direction. So it's like, one, I have to go out of my way to get like just one of my own user vaults, and it was severely underperforming. I had other vaults that were like doing 4-to-1 in terms of the keys, so that's not going to work. Demoed it, and now I'm just waiting for like the right spot, because there's a lot of really good places, and I don't know. Oh, here's me filling some dozers. So all right, this is today. I was working with, I don't know, a couple thousand. Enough to fill a dozer, apparently. It was partially full, though, when I pulled up on it. Looks like I got just enough. So whoever's that was, get them keys. People must be hunting your vaults. That could be it. I mean, hopefully people are hunting mine, too. But maybe you got, hey, who knows? Kapow! How do you do that? You got a little thing?
Maybe someone here uses vaults. Yeah, Battle of the Champions.
Could be that close. It probably is, honestly, because you want to know what I did today is I hunted basically until I got into first. So, you know, I don't necessarily like check each vault or anything like that, but I'll like do a little bit and then look and then go a little bit more and then look. And then, so then the last time I looked, you know, it could have been whatever that sequence of vaults was. So it wasn't a lot that I passed them by. I do it more of like one, it's a symbolic thing for me to be in that position. The time and the work that I put in to me is like, I do it so I can become the number one coin hunt player, because I wasn't always the number one player. I had to work to get to that point. And so even if it's just for a few minutes reclaiming that position, one, it reestablishes, to me at least, and the community sees it too, so it's neat to see the battle. Reestablishes, you know, the pecking order, or like who's in first right now, so that's fun to have it swap like that. And then the other thing too is that I had to get home to do this, so I couldn't, you know, I didn't hit some areas. I didn't hit the LACMA area. I didn't hit Melrose. I didn't hit Beverly. I didn't hit Fairfax. So I could always do that after the stream. We'll see. I'm feeling froggy. Okay, I got a green ref key. It's that close. It probably is, honestly. But I will say this. Where are we at? 42. I will say this. Once the old QR codes are connected to the new ones, or whatever that whole thing is right now, I should have a decent like surplus of referrals that have gotten keys and will therefore yield me leaderboard points, but have not been connected to my account yet. So, I mean, I've added more people in the past month than I have the entire 6 months I played the game before that. So, like substantially more. And I see, you know, people just as I'm driving are snapping the QR code. I'll be, you know, in traffic. Someone next to me has got their thing out, and, you know, the face. I already know that they have iPhones because I can see their phone, but I'm just like waiting for the face when they're like, you know, now I'm like, if I can, I give them a card that has my other stuff, and I'm like, go to the website, instructions for iOS, blah, this whole thing. I cannot wait until that's not a thing anymore. Yeah, it would be super close. What is a good performing vault to me? So my best performing vault, I got 2 keys on back-to-back days. So that means at least 20 people hit it each of those 2 days. That's my best one. I have a couple that are like right up there, and then I have a couple that are like half that, which to me is acceptable, because that's like, that one's just obviously a really great location. And then like I have a couple that are like that I've killed and then put new ones out. So now I'm trying to get enough data to make a determination on whether they're good or not. Because you kind of got to have, like, it'll show you the last 5 keys. So you need to get at least 5 keys to see what 5 keys takes in terms of time, right? Before you can make a determination. And as the game spreads, like the intervals between the keys will get shorter too. But I remember it might have been Excalibur who said that he once got 2 keys from one user vault in the same day, and like that's crazy. So that tells you right there, Canada's density of players is a lot more than my little pocket of the universe. How do you find people to play? I have no social media. Maybe that would help, or even a card QR code. Well, in the beginning, I just referred friends and family. To me, that makes the most sense, right? People who might be interested in doing it. I mean, I don't really know anybody, except for maybe like my parents, that don't play games on their phone. And so it's just like, it's one of those things, right? That, like, you can be a casual. Ding, ding, ding. I gotta get a thing where I can like make sound effects and stuff. But you can be a casual and still earn crypto. And like, you might not even realize what that means yet, right? So like somebody who is a casual or maybe like was like, all right, I'll play. You convince me. And they start playing this game and they play it for a while. And then what happens when, you know, crypto booms even more? And what happens when new tokens are introduced and new cryptocurrencies are earned through the game that later go on to blow up? And like, I got 2,000 Doge during the Doge Week promotion. And that was, I forget how much in dollars, but then like that it went up like 600 or 700%, something crazy. It obviously came back down, but it's still right now, it's still way more than it was when we got that currency from the game. So imagine one of these like brand new ones that's like Doge and has a very small monetary value or fiat equivalence, but in the game you earn a bunch at once because it's linked to a constant price in US dollars. So very small value, very many of said coin per vault. So that, I mean, you just got to do it any way you can, I guess. A lot of people are like, and they don't get it. So hardcore casual. Okay, so Leppy gets to claim that she made up the casual term, and then you had to go and take it to hardcore casual. Wouldn't that make you become not a casual? Or does that mean that you're ultra? Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. You're super casual. I get it now. To and from work and while you're driving around. That's about it. And does that work for you? You still getting a decent amount of crypto? Side question. Ultra casual. Since I am still driving stats, what's a good amount of money a month? I'm about to finish my first month. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. My monthly varies a lot. I've gotten, I'd have to look at my hold transfer from when I had just got my surgery, but I was like, I got like $1 or something. I don't even know. But I've had months where I've gotten hundreds of dollars. Yeah, so it really varies. It's almost impossible to like quantify is what I make good, because it's so relative and it's so unique and specific to each hunter's situation. So, my fiance are about $400 in 2.5 months, and we are ecstatic. Yeah, that's a decent amount of money. And like, when I first started investing in crypto, and I don't have like a ton, I've been doing it for a little while because I made that mistake of not listening to that one friend who was like, do this. And then they made like a metric ton of money from it. And you're just like, cool. I guess I'll buy half of 1% of a Bitcoin. So $450 worth of crypto in a couple months for playing a game. You earned it, right? So it's not for free, but it's kind of for free. Almost a month in, spent the first few weeks just scouting good routes, close to 200 in less than 4 weeks. Yeah, so one of my proteges. Where you at on the leaderboard, dude? I'll look. I got my phone right here. Yeah, exactly. Princess Hyena said that you could pay for that wedding in no time at that rate, right? So your fiance, when's the date set? You guys might be able to, if it's not to pay for the wedding, at least a pretty cool honeymoon to go on. But honestly, just hold it. Best advice is to hunt the dip, go hard when it goes down for sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm always saying that. I love when it goes. I love when I get up and I check my cryptos. You know how it is. Like, I try to get the coin stats, because coin stats will partner with some of the different exchanges where like it'll link your information. So there's like one place to go look at all your cryptos, but it doesn't work with all of them. So it's like you end up going to 4 different things anyways. But when I make my little morning check-in to see where everything's at, when stuff dips, I'm stoked. And that actually motivates me to hunt, excuse me, to hunt earlier, longer, or even potentially on a day that I didn't plan on it. A coin hunt wedding. Yeah. You dropped a little bit, you have the next 2 days off. I pulled this out to check and then I completely forgot what I was doing. Bop, bop, bop. Where you at? Where you at? Beats is in 12th. Boswald's is in 20. Shout out to Boswald's. I don't know if those the Hawaiian hunters have made it to my Twitch yet, but if you guys do, let yourselves be known. Frio said, casual, solid walk every day and driving when possible. I just passed $90, so I wasn't sure if that's a good base. That's great. I mean, do you, hold on, let me ask you this, and this is an honest question. Do you feel like that's pretty good for taking a solid walk every day and you know, using it when you're driving? Sounds like it to me. Because if you're playing casually and you're really only using it along your normal commutes and your normal patterns of life, it's great. Why is... I'm going to do a little something here. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little on the fly stuff. Look at this guy. It's pretty close, right? I mean, it's like kind of like me. The hat had to be cocked to the side so that you could see that it's like a hat. Otherwise, it would look kind of weird. It's got the watch. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna throw that guy up here for a second, just for a little different look for a minute. Yeah, I got about 7 more minutes, and I'm going to wrap up here. I'm going to try to make it about an hour on these Monday and Wednesday ones. That's what I'm going to shoot for. And then when I do Saturday, I might do it longer. I might shoot for 2. I don't know. I did that one for 2 hours just because I needed the hours. But, that's a cool announcement I got to make too. Let me get caught up in the chat real quick, and then I'll mention what I was just hinting about. Hunt the dip for sure. Hit those greens and get 4,000 ETH. Yeah, or GUI, whatever. Yeah, when it was 300 Satoshis per... Oh, I was loving that. So 34, Global on 128. Far from the top. Yeah, but you know what? There's going to be more leaderboards introduced soon, and you're not super far from the local leaderboard if you're 128 on global, because you got to keep in mind that that's Canada and the US, and Canada has a disproportionate number of people who are higher up, so you know, you could grind out the rest of the month and finish high. I mean, I've come not out of nowhere, but you know, there are folks who were battling me in past months that thought that, you know, they're like that dude in the race that runs and they're like waving at friends, and then somebody just turned on their kick at the end and passes them right at the finish line. It happens. I almost did it to Garv Bar in April, making a purple key, and just the purple key points alone would have made Hyena first that month. But she got first the following month with what might be, until they make a higher tier vault, the highest 1 month point total ever, because she got the referral and the purple vault in the same month. But I mean, I guess somebody else could do that in the future too. So if you pay for your wedding with earnings from the game, I feel like a purple vault at your reception venue would be a nice wedding present. Yo, let's put that. All right, so last time we mentioned the Pride QB, let's put that in the chat. Hint, hint, Illusion Weaver, right? Is he in here? We can make about $7 a walk on our routes with our UVs and greens if we get all trivia correct and we have enough keys. That's awesome. $7 for a walk. I mean, I love what this game is doing in terms of fitness. In terms of activity. I know that I hunt primarily by car, so don't get it twisted. I am not, however, averse to hunting by foot. Actually, before my surgery, even though I was like a little bit impaired mobility-wise, I would still walk and I would hunt on foot. I just had to take a break from that, and then I got into this rhythm where I was just like the super psycho hunter in the Bloc Mobile, and that's been my routine because that's how I can do it most efficiently. But yeah, $7 for a walk is money, and I can't actually wait until I get a new bike because I want to. It's like a personal thing, but I want to time myself how quickly I can get all of the vaults along the innermost circle of my Hollywood Sunset Loop that I do, because that's like the peak density. So I'm just curious. I want to do it and then be like, see how much I got per minute per mile. Just do some nerd stats on my own. But I think it's good. $7 for a walk's great. He needs a beard. You know, how would you? There's not enough room because his whole being is like a head. He's like a block head with arms. So even with the shirt, it's like that's all you can do. Couldn't put pants on. The dude's like Baby Huey right now. Is he naked under there? I don't know. I hope not. But he can't have a beard. I mean, and I could easily, like, if I shaved my beard, you know. But I think we get it. He doesn't have to be my exact likeness. But the Bloc Boi, now I even got the shirt to match. He technically had it first. But whatever. It would be cool. I grab that blueprint for sure, right? I know. Me and you both. I'm at 35. I'm going to shoot for top 25 by Saturday. There you go. All right, dude. I mean, that's still you're cranking, bro. And that's you're coming from a brand new user perspective where you don't have the luxury. You're at 35 right now without a stockpile of resin to dump, without blueprints that you've been saving for a couple months to print them all in the same month to get, you know, to elevate yourself in the position as high as possible. You're just crushing it organically, and that's how I do it. And that's why I taught you to do it like me, because obviously you're doing solid, bro. Wait until I can get 3 purple ref keys 1 month. All right, Squeamy, you and your million minions. I mean, I'm just gonna say this right now. I love that you have a metric crap ton of referrals because it shows what's possible just through referrals. I mean, you know, Princess Hyena also is a good illustration of that, but in a more, you know, severe, in a more striking contrast, right? So for you, I think I've seen you mention before that you don't play a ton, but the leaderboard points that you get from referrals obviously keep you up because I mean you've been, you know, on the leaderboards yourself many a time, and I'm sure you are playing as well. I'm just saying I don't get the impression that you're, you know. I mean, obviously, if you're getting all these extra points from the referrals, you're also not playing simultaneously as much as some of the other players. But imagine if you do both of those. So that was the point. I am going to be referring everybody once this QR code works. So you're my guy to beat, Squeamy. Not to beat, but you're my target in terms of I want to be like you in terms of referral and get people referred from all over the place and have that help me do this more so I can hunt less but still give you guys the content that I would like to provide. There's like 5 of us I know of printed red, yellow, and purple this month. Wait, I printed yellow? Oh, you mean the blueprints. Oh, you did print. Got you. That's right. In Jacksonville. Yeah, he's already building his team out there. Right, exactly, Squeamy. So that's like, I mean, that's the power of the referral, right? Very cool. Just gonna move this. Why not? Because I can. This is the kind of stuff that I can do. If I just want to. I'm gonna go over here real quick. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm going back, guys. That's what happens when you try to play on the fly with stuff. Where is a safe space to return to? Okay, here we go. I hope you surpass me and people like you are great for the game. I mean, I do too, honestly, and I appreciate so much for you saying that. And it's not about like passing Squeamy, but honestly, like you have set the bar and you set it high, and the number of referrals you have in comparison to anybody else is like insane, unless you believe Sneak. But I'm pretty sure you're the most prolific referrer in the game.
We'll see if I can generate the paint to drop the Bitcoin QB2. That should help a lot. Oh yeah, if you still have that, for sure. And I think, shoot, what was the formula for that? I forget. It was blue. You should be able to do it by the end of the month, I would imagine, at the rate that you're going, and that will help a lot. HB Harrison, I have 2 refs. I mean, 2 referrals is 2 more than somebody who has none, you know, and that's 2 people who might refer 2 people themselves. So that's how it works, is you just keep getting you keep getting people to tell their friends about it. And, you know, I've seen, it's so weird in the chat when someone comes in that like has that vibe, like the crypto token dude that came in guns blazing talking about all this dumb stuff, and then after he offended everybody, disclosed it. Well, I'm from a token team, and it's like, yeah, he said the game should pay them. When someone like that comes in, it's always just so weird. It's so weird because somebody at one point mentioned, you know, like the MLM aspect, like a multi-level marketing, or like your Amway, or one of these kind of pyramid schemes, people will call them. Like there's an element of that anytime you're referring somebody to anything, but you don't get anything from someone who you've referred. You don't get anything from their referrals, you know. So it's like, it's not an MLM. It's a game that incentivizes sharing the game with people that you know, and then when they get the game, if they like the game, they get incentivized in the exact same way. It's equal to everybody. It's almost the opposite of what an MLM is, because it's only the people at the top. Actually, if it were an MLM, Squeamy would like probably, you know what I mean? He would be the guy, but it's not. You have one layer of referrals. The way that I describe it is that you build your team, and you stay in touch with your team, and you teach them how to play better because they directly benefit you, and by teaching them, they're better equipped to teach people that they refer and bring to the game. And then that's their team. So you're like a coach of your own team, and then you teach them how to coach their own team. Capiche? That's how I like to think of it. Not a good salesman. I don't know if I am either. I'm just passionate about the game and think it's really great and know enough about it to like kind of walk anybody that wants to play through any scenario that they're going to find themselves in. So 2K red, 2K yellow, 2K resin. Oh, that's not bad. I think you should be able to do that. That guy was not good for the community. Yeah, people were like, so why don't you just take off, dude? So dumb. I have a ton of blue paint, but I'm only like 9 on red, so I'm moving. I need a couple guns. Yeah, you'll get them. You said you got a couple days off work. I'm sure you'll put in some work. First encounter like that on Discord with Coin World. Yours was? Oh no! But now you're playing and you're loving it, right? That's funny. So we just passed an hour. There was one thing I felt like I was going to say earlier, and I was going to come back to it, and I forgot. Did I don't know. It might come to me later. I think we talked a little bit, you know, a good amount about strategy and stuff. That was my goal, was to. There's been a lot of talk about people who are like, "Hey, we need a like a tutorial," and that's something that I've been trying to work on, but I've also like. I need to just do it. Editing is, I'm not good at editing in the tutorial because there's all these edits from all these different clips of gameplay to stitch everything together in a logical way. It's a lot for me to do. And once it's done, it's going to be really cool. But yeah, I'm focusing on getting these up. So, oh, that was the announcement. Oh yeah, his account. Yeah, announcement. Yes, thank you. My announcement is this. So when you stream on Twitch, you begin as just like a complete newbie. You don't have any access to things, features, different stuff, and there's no way to monetize. Like you can't earn, right? But that's like what Twitch is known for. It's like, oh, you can get paid to play a game, right? So I still don't understand exactly how it works, but I know obviously that's a thing, right? So when you begin on Twitch, and I didn't know any of this until I started doing this, because in all of the research that I did building up to getting onto Twitch, It didn't really talk about this side of things, or at least the videos that I watched. I'm sure there's videos that exist out there that tell you exactly how it works. But anyhow, when you start doing it, there's all these metrics, and you can see that there's like little achievements. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It keeps you track. It helps you keep track of like your metrics, which I like. I'm a very analytically data-driven person. Data-driven person. I have these things that will be like, you got to, like one of them that I'm trying to get, and hopefully I did it tonight, was 10 people chatting at the same time. Right, so some of the metrics are just like for funsies, and they just track stuff, and it's cool, and it's like, hey, you achieved this, and you get to click it, and it's like, yay. But in terms of moving towards monetization and being what they call a partner, there's like this intermediate step called an affiliate, and it's based on like a rolling 30 days. So you have to have at least 30 days to even be considered, and then within those 30 days, you have to hit certain parameters. And so my first 30 days was just up, and I, thanks to all of you are what enabled me to hit those metrics. But in my first 30 days, I was eligible for the affiliate program and have like applied for it, whatever that means. I don't know exactly what that entails, but I know that it gives me some ability to do more stuff in my chat room and like assign different things to people. Not like assign, but you know, like I can make somebody VIP. Like if Illusion Weaver or Cuckoo Puffs pop in, you know, they got a little VIP designation. So anytime anybody was in there, if you weren't familiar with who they are specifically, you would see that there's somebody important, things like that. So it's just little minor things that it actually does. But I think it's also like a first step in monetization. They might do ads or something. I don't know exactly how that works, but it's all part of the process. So it was kind of a big deal for me, and I was really excited to share that with everybody because it's the viewers, it's everybody on the other side of this lens that are driving this ship. I'm just steering it. My YouTube intro is so 90s. I love it too. I didn't do that one. So all the basic edits are me, but now once the Purple Vault video was made from Hawaii, I had the intro and the outro that my producer used to make that, and all that music, the whole thing is like constructed from scratch. So a ton of time went into that. A ton of time went into just creating those visuals and the music because it's all original. It had to be copyright free. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, "That's perfect." I mean, I'm an '80s baby, so. Application based, then they review it, then you get a decision. Yeah, so that's basically, I'm like just waiting on hearing back from them. I might even have an email right now that I don't know about. More options in the chat than usual. Oh, then I might actually. I don't know. What is this? I might actually be approved. Gift a sub now to be number one. What does that mean? What does that mean? Gift a subscription. I'm just going to click it, see what happens. I might be able to give. Can I do that? What the hell is this? So I might have to look into this more. I don't know. So, okay, yeah, I must have got approved because there's stuff. I've never seen any of these menus. I don't even know what that is. I'll look at that later, and maybe on Saturday we'll do a thing where I figure it out. Hey, thanks for joining, Illusion Weaver. I just saw, I mean, you've obviously been in here for a second, but VIP, you're going to be, for sure, you and Cuckoo Puffs at the very least are VIPs. I think back in the day you had to have 30 or 50 constant viewers in X number of hours. Yeah. More features for Clubhouse, right? Yeah, no doubt. There's rewards and such that wasn't there before. Exactly. So Sharon will subscribe with Prime. I don't know what any of that means. Hold on. Chomyn, did you just subscribe? Is that a thing that wasn't available before? Was that my first subscription? I don't know. I mean, I don't think that like until your partner the subs. I don't think you have to pay for them. I hope not. Did you have to pay? I hope you didn't have to pay. I mean, at least in the beginning, No, no way. So that's cool. Maybe I just made a couple bucks. But that was actually really cool. That was my first subscription on whatever the affiliate thing, I guess. Because before you could just subscribe to the channel, and all it does is like tells you when I'm streaming. Booyah! Hey, I guess I'm a pro gamer now. Isn't that the standard that the Olympic Committee uses to determine if you're an amateur or if you're a professional, if you've been paid? So I'm technically and officially, I am a professional gamer. Cool. Oh, that's why he has the first tag. See, this we're all learning this together. There's so many cool new things in the chat now that I got that first 30-day analytics out of the way. Oh, another Canadian first. You guys are first on everything. Watch, Chomyn's going to be the first subscription to my Twitch, and he's also going to end up being first on the global this month. I wouldn't be surprised. What? Illusion Weaver just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs to Bloc Boi Twitch's communities. They've gifted a total of 5 in the channel. Oh, cool. Nice. Princess Hyena said Chomyn's best friend forever status. And nice. Illusion Weaver, thank you so much. That's awesome. Absolutely, because, yeah, who you added are the regulars in my Twitch streams. So Crashman and Beats, I think that most of them have been here like each time. So that's cool. Check your DM in Discord. Is that directed to me? Savage. Sent you a screenshot of the Tier 1 sub. Oh, okay, cool. So I'll be able to tell you guys. So all of those 5 individuals who Illusion Weaver just gifted with the Tier 1 sub, I will be able to tell you what that actually means, because I'm not even sure. Ballin', out of control. Yeah, fun. Illusion Weaver, that's awesome, because I was like getting ready to wrap it up. Random gifts. Well, that's par for the course, right? We all love the random resource boxes that drop in the game that you created for us. Random gifts in my Twitch stream. Thanks. Can't get any better. Can't get any better. All right. So here is a Tier 1 subscription. Directly supports the broadcaster. Includes ad-free viewing with limited exceptions. Subscriber badges. We don't need no stinking badges. And 0 emotes. Chat during subscriber-only mode. I don't know what 0 emotes means. That's cool, though. So I guess what that means, the ad-free, if you were to come back, like if you didn't catch this live, I know that some people come watch it after the fact. I guess maybe they put ads in there now, and that's part of the monetization thing. I don't think there was ads in anything before, but I have a feeling that now that I've been accepted as an affiliate, a lot is going to change. Yeah, thanks for the gift sub. Yeah. A hype train? Oh, Crashman, yeah, thanks. I know, I think you're the much more of the expert than I am, but thanks for coming, and yeah, free sub, that's dope. So video frame froze. Good here. Yeah, so if it freezes, try refreshing your browser. I got a pre-roll ad. Oh, okay. Well, there it is. Cool. That's exciting. That's really exciting. I hope it doesn't make it more annoying. I mean, obviously, like, ads are just part of life, right? I swear, sometimes when I'm watching, like, streaming television where there's ads, they make the volume, like, high enough to where you're, like, one, you can't not, like, look at it, but also they make it uncomfortable enough to pay for, like, the higher tier subscription that doesn't have ads. So, I mean, it's a strategy. It is a strategy. random gifts. Yeah, super cool. And then in that case, hold on then. Gift leader 1, how can I give you VIP? I might have to do it from my my like dashboard. I'll try that in a minute. I don't know how to use our tokens too. What are tokens? I don't know. Illusion Weaver. Nice, man. I feel that's so cool. I love the support that I get from the community. Illusion Weaver, I genuinely am appreciative of the way that you guys have. It just feels like a. I mean, I don't want to sound cheesy, but it feels like a family, right? It feels wholesome. It feels friendly. It feels like the community of Coin Hunt World players, hunters, if you will, and huntresses. It feels like they got a good, like the base of players is really good, and it can be, you know, in some ways viewed when someone wild comes into the chat and everyone's like, hey, you know what I mean? You're going against the grain here. So it's cool. I love how we look out for each other. But again, Illusion Weaver, I can't thank you enough. So I'm just kind of looking over here because I see all this different stuff going on. I see some, what is that? Okay. It's like a rainbow paint. It just looks like it's like a bucket. Sorry, it's hard for me to see. I have tiny little eyes. I can't actually see. It's like an inside joke. There's like one person who's going to get that, but they will appreciate it. Starred folks can use emojis for days. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's because they're the ones that got the... Okay, yeah. So if you get a tier 1 subscription, which is what Illusion Weaver just gifted to 5 people, obviously it unlocks emojis and things that you can use within the chat, but also the star designation. And then Crashman, you also have a crown next to your star. What is that? Oh, I just went over it. Prime Gaming. I don't know what that means either. I've got a lot to learn. Now you will be wielding absolute power. The highlighted message by Free was generated through tokens. Oh, that's cool. That's actually really helpful because one of the things that kind of concerns me, doesn't really concern me, but in the way that like I'm like, oh, concerned. One of the things that I've been thinking about, having done this enough times where there's only, you know, a dozen or 2 people in the room at a time. I don't know how many people there are. I can never see it on my end. People are always like, oh, it's this many. I'm like, what are you guys looking at? So anyhow, one of the things that I've realized is that with just this amount of people, sometimes I get lost in the chat, and you obviously can't respond to everybody. But while it, you know, goes just this fast, I can. So I guess that's one of the ways that people make sure that you can pick up something, because like that highlighted one, as soon as I look over at the chat, my eyes are immediately drawn to the highlighted text. So that's neat. They obviously thought this through. Twitch is like its own thing. Okay, click on it. It's Pride Paint. If you click on any of the emojis, you get the detail. What? I have the power. It's a power up. Oh, I hope it doesn't do anything weird. I just clicked on one. Oh, cool. That's fun. Crown is a Prime sub. Got it. Yep, I have no idea what the crown's about. 20 people. 20 people in here? Cool. Well, thanks, guys. So, hey, before I do go, is there anything else that anybody wanted to talk about? Is there any spend my resin related strategy concepts that they feel weren't discussed, or any questions that they have about how they might be able to maximize efficiency on their route? Anything like that? Because if not, that's cool. And I was shooting for around an hour. We got an hour 20 right now. So I thank everybody who has been here at any point or the entire time. Some folks. Ooh, Illusion Weaver's got a little. That's a Kirby. And then Leppy those are all cool. How neat. So, all right. Then, having said that, cool. Everybody's done. Again, thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Don't forget to keep stacking sats. It's like my tagline. And Chomyn, I won't be upset if you like just slow down a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Keep it up, man. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for being my first ever sub. Illusion Weaver, thank you so much for gifting 5 of those to our faithful fellow hunters. So until next time, Bloc Boi out. Let's hit that outro.